Hello, thank you for joining us and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay. The stories today. Jubilation in Dapchi town as schoolgirls regain their freedom from the Boko Haram insurgents. Another strike looms in the health sector in Edo State. And Kanu and Cross River States continue empowerment of women and the youth. Now there's jubilation in Dapchi town as most of the girls kidnapped by Boko Haram insurgents last month have returned. Unfortunately, 5 of the girls are reported to have died as a result of the trauma, and one of them was not released. Our correspondent who spoke to one of the girls and her parents reports that the girls were not maltreated throughout the period of their captivity. 110 girls were kidnapped on February the 19th from the Government Girls Science and Technical College in Dapchi, sparking outrage from many quarters, including Amnesty International. Now, earlier, the federal government gave the number of the freed Dapchi girls as 91. That figure has since been updated to 101 by the Minister of Information, Mr. Lai Mohammed. He says the girls and a boy were released around 3 a.m. through back-channel efforts with the help of some friends of the country, as he put it, and without any conditions. The number of the freed girls is being updated as the Army documents and debriefs them.
As of now, I can confirm that 91 girls and 1 boy have been released. And I can say it's developing. Many of the girls, many of the students that were released were not dropped in one place. They were dropped on the road, and they went back, of course, naturally to their parents' houses. They are now being asked to come and be documented at the center. And as of 5 minutes ago, I was told that 91 girls and 1 boy have been documented to have been released.
Did you get any word or any eyewitness about who dropped them? How were they dropped?
Well, the report we got was that one condition that the insurgents gave was that they will be the one to drop the girls. And they dropped them in the early hours of this morning. That's all we know.
How did that become so easy?
Because, you see, you know, if you read my statement, which I'm going to send to you, once violence and confrontation was ruled out, and the negotiation started, there was a deliberate pause on the part of the military. In other words, it was agreed that there will be no force, there will be no confrontation. So that's why it was possible for them to drop the girls. It's part of the agreement that we'll release the girls, will not use any violence, will not use confrontation. And don't forget that the lives of these children are much more important to us than, any cheap military victory.
How come this was not the case for Chibok girls?
Number one, we were not in power then.
Mr. Lai Mohammed, Minister of Information. Now, our Yobe State correspondent, Jonathan Gapep, tells us more about the mood in Dapchi town after the girls regained their freedom.
I'm standing in the heart of Dapchi. Behind me is the General Hospital in Dapchi, the Bursari local government headquarters. We have been here since 7 a.m. trying to have access to these ladies who were brought into Dapchi town by the militants themselves. By the time they came, we were already in town, but security could not allow us access to the town. But at the moment, we are able to come to the heart of the town. And what is happening behind me in the hospital is to check the health situation of the girls being released. At the moment, we've had discussion with some of the girls, and they've told us that over 100 of them have been delivered successfully. 5 were reported to have been dead on the day of the abduction. Trauma, fear, the vehicle was so filled up that some of them could not bear the suffering. So they died on the way and they were given a mass burial. The ones released, well, we also heard during the interview that one of the ladies could not be delivered on the ground that she is a Christian and refused to agree to the fact that she will become a Muslim. On that basis, she was held back, and now nobody has spoken to us, but the girls that have arrived confirmed that to us, and confirmed to us also that they were not punished, they were not beaten, they were given food, they were not maltreated in any way. From Dapchi the Bursari headquarters in Yobe State, Northeast Nigeria, Jonathan Gopeb reporting.
Now, Dapchi Town is the headquarters of Busari local government area of Yobe State, represented by Honorable Goni Bukar of the House of Representatives. Honorable Bukar has been following the events in Dapchi closely, and he now joins us live on News Across Nigeria. Honorable Bukar, thank you for joining us on the program. What was your first reaction to the news of the release of the Dapchi girls?
First of all, let me thank Almighty Allah, the ruler of the heaven and earth, who gave us this opportunity to meet with you. I'm really today happy and appreciate the federal government, our security, for negotiating. Just this morning we had the information that those girls that abducted on 19th of the last month were released by the Boko Haram. We are all happy, and we confirm right now 104 girls and 1 boy were released. Right now they are in our custody. I'm with them right now. So we are very, very happy, and we pray Almighty Allah to guide and protect our country.
Honorable Bukar, you said you're with the girls right now. How are the girls faring? What's their psychological state? And the parents as well?
They are in very good condition. And as they are telling us that there is no punishment, they are eating, they take care of their health and everything before they are released. So we confirm that right now they are in good condition.
The girls are being documented and debriefed by the army for the ones that still are, which is the usual practice. Now what happens?
Pardon?
The girls are being documented and debriefed for the ones that have been released to their parents. What happens now?
No, the problem is that, we cannot just release the girls to the parents now, because it's the responsibility of the security and the government himself to check their health status. Because it's not easy. There is a lot of, they left their home unexpected. They were in the bush. So government must come in and take them to the hospital, treat them before transfer them to their family.
What about the girls that passed away? What do you know of the condition in which it happened, since you've spoken with their parents?
Their condition, as I say, condition now. They are okay for now, but they are looking very weak because of the journey. They started journey since yesterday before they reached the sea. It's almost 10 hours, and all of them are small, children. So they are stressed. So that's why they will be in our custody for 2-3 days before we release them to their family.
Honorable Bukar, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you. Well done.
You're watching News Across Nigeria on Channels Television. Coming up, more on the release of the Dapchi Schoolgirls. Please stay with us.